Jesus.
God.
Was that real?
Cody, God.
That wasn't me. I just know that animalistic behavior of the shrimps and just assumed it was real.
I want the audience to guess. That's what I want them to do. Because I saw who it was, because I can see the screen over here, but they couldn't see it.
Oh, no.
It was DriveThrough.
It was not me. Hello. Welcome to Shrimp Hours 42?
41, I think.
41?
Let's check.
41.
41.
41.
Yeah, I know. Hi, I'm DriveThrough.
Real
Rusty's here.
resource in
Slap's
ours.
here. Cody's here. Ben's here. Yeah, who has driven the number 41? I wonder.
Jamie Spencer.
Yeah, welcome back.
Ryan Priest, the dude who almost obliterated Kyle
Reed
Larson's
Sorensen.
soul yesterday.
Slap, what's in that boot? That looked flat as all hell.
What?
No
No,
bubbles.
you just pour it right, and you don't get ahead.
Yeah, as long as you don't pour it like Hillary Clinton, and you just pour it straight down to where it's like.
Look,
Go
man, it's
ahead.
Heineken 0.0.
That's
Got him.
With the hernias, I gotta watch my alcohol intake. All right, so it's Heineken 0.
fair enough.
You got to drink the real stuff.
Yeah.
Doctor's orders.
Is it actually? Did they actually say don't drink?
Yeah, is it like don't drink to the point of excess? They limited me to like 3 beers a day.
Oh
I
no.
was like, well, what if I just get like Heineken 0.0? He's like, yeah, it's fine. Doesn't have any alcohol in it. It's just carbonated soda water. It's flavored like beer anyway.
No, he should say, why the fuck would you want to drink that? That's the
That's a
correct
real
response. All right, first segment. NASCAR sucks. But the
Country
Xfinity Series
Western is
doesn't.
Rubbish.
ARCA sucks. A surprise to absolutely no one. Everyone just sat in line, and Venturini car won, and it wasn't interesting at all.
That's sad because it was so good at Daytona, dude. Like guys are up there mixing it up.
It's
There's
'cause
like one
they
big
wrecked.
pack.
Once they took out the Venturini guys, everyone could actually race.
Once they
but
took
now
out
it's just-
the goat Van Alst, it was Jover.
yeah,
Dang, it looks like
Tough.
he took out himself from that replay I saw.
I didn't actually see the wreck, so I'll take your word for it. I did watch all of the Xfinity race though, which I'm glad
Hell
because that was the
yeah.
race to watch this weekend.
Every week.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I've been busy a lot on Sundays, but I've had like pretty clear Saturdays, so I've just been watching Xfinity, and it's been a great experience. Which is unfortunate because I was always memeing on the NASCAR ads that say, "Hey, watch the Cup Series," and I'm like, who would watch Xfinity but not the Cup Series? Me. I'm that guy now. Because genuinely, the race was fantastic. They were all over the place. Blaine Perkins flipped his dick off.
Dude, that was nuts. Dude,
Yeah, and
right
walked
after
away.
that
What a
happened,
legend.
I was napping. I've just been tired as hell these last few weeks. I was napping during the race, and I didn't have my phone on me. Nothing in particular woke me up. I just kind of jumped awake.
The energy was out
Went
there
and checked
in
my
the
phone, which was in a
universe.
different room, and that wreck had literally just happened. It was my shrimp sixth sense that had alerted me that a
His
blowover
shrimp
had
tangle
happened.
that felt the force.
It was either that or it was your phone going off because we went nuts in the group chat.
My phone was like on my couch, and I was just napping in my bed, and it was on silent. No, it's not like my phone was
Damn.
going off, and that's what woke me up. It was the sixth sense. I knew a blowover.
You know, there was a 10 out of 10 race right there. Dude, that was a
Yeah.
great flip. It's been
It
a
was
long
a-
time
it was
since
a-
we've seen a flip that good.
It was a 20 out of 10 race thanks to Daniel Hemmerich's Tony Stewart-esque block and that
Yep.
second big one.
Then he got himself upside down. We got 2 flips in one race. Love to see it.
Yeah, me and Cody are just like, come on, 2 flips in one race, and then they're coming down there towards the end. We're like, oh, okay. And we see him like go up, like on his side, like, oh, keep going, keep going, keep going.
And then he took out
30 out of
as it was
10.
panning across, it took out the camera. I was like,
Yep.
holy shit, that car is upside down. Dude, that was a great sound too on that live shot when the camera
Yeah.
gets taken out.
Yeah. That was a great wreck in general. Just so much smoke all across the track. And we
Yeah.
got a somewhat goofy winner too in Jeb Burton because he was one of like 2 working cars at the end there.
Just
Shout out
everyone
to
trying
Jordan Anderson Racing getting their first win.
That scoring loop nonsense to give him the lead. Just oh man. Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
Everyone trying to
you're
be a
gonna get
hero
that.
recently with these late blocks.
Never try to be a hero. Speaking of late blocks, Cup Series also happened. I didn't watch it because I was out of town.
This is
What
what
is
I
this,
thought of the
Ben?
cup. Is it gonna focus? There you go.
Oh, is that
2
just you
hours and
sleeping?
35 minutes of me sleeping through it.
Oh god.
He got receipts. He's got receipts.
Did you at least
Sleeping
catch
through
the
the
last 30 laps? Because those were pretty hot.
The last 10 laps, I woke up.
Oh no!
Like that said 8 p.m. So what time did the race end?
It took an hour to finish the last, I think, 12 laps.
Oh
Like,
my
Yeah.
god.
And shout out to Bubba Wallace somehow possibly outdoing Daniel Hemrick as far as terrible blocks go.
no,
He went for
Henrik was
3
way worse.
blocks. 1, 2, 3.
I don't
That's
know.
tough.
He
On his
cranked it left
friend
and
of
then
all
cranked
people,
it back
too.
right, and yeah, he was blocking Blaney of all people, and then turned himself.
Yeah.
And caused the huge one. That
I'm-
was not good.
I'm telling you, we're still inches away from Blaney's supremacy. I believe it. I'm projecting it through the podcast. It's gonna happen.
We're
I
inches
feel
away
like
from
Bubba has this tendency to just get ham-fisted and just make horrible decisions. Like when he tried to right rear that guy at Vegas last year. Like every time the pressure's on, he just goes and does something weird.
right rear that guy. That
I
Guy,
forget
that
who it
Kyle
was.
Larson guy.
Yeah,
He's
that
got
guy.
He's got that Ross Chastain mentality. He just
That
kinda-
guy from the Outlet podcast.
He just lets his
Just chaotic
intensity
energy.
take over, like
Yeah.
while he's behind the wheel, and sometimes it gets the better of him.
To be fair, that Ross Chastain move, I think
That was fair.
that was
It
not
on
on
Noah.
Chastain.
That
Yeah,
was on Noah.
Noah
that was
went
on,
up.
That was on Noah.
The spot was
he
there.
fucked it.
He took it, and Noah came down and spun himself.
And if you
Might
look
have been
close,
spotter
is-
error.
if you look close,
Yeah,
if
it
you
could
look
have been spotter error.
at the aerial, Chastain's like being pushed by Larson like that entire time. I don't know if he had any other choice other than to go in that gap. That almost reminded me of that Martinsville finish way back when with
Yeah.
Boyer, and
Boyer and
Uh,
Newman.
where he was being shoved by Newman and basically had to go for the gap and then took out Gordon. Like that's kind of
Mhm.
Chastain. Like he was being shoved by Kyle Larson. If he didn't go for that gap, I think he was going to get dumped by Larson there.
I'm
I think it was
sad
just-
only because we don't get to watch Slap eat 3 Baconators.
Yeah, that was the bet I'd made. 3 Baconators if Gregson wins, which saves
Well-
me like $30 because Baconators are expensive.
Probably 3,000 calories.
That can't be good for your hernias.
No,
Those
much
Baconators
grease.
they got a long distance to go. Those ones.
Go that water slide route. in and
Yeah.
out.
You know those water slides that go like in and out of the building? It's got to go down one of those.
we stretched out the old intestines a little bit. They're making a couple
Mm.
detours.
Track reconfiguration.
They're,
Oh no.
it's an air cooled configuration. They're
When are you getting those? When are you getting those taken out again? I know I asked you like
May
5
5th.
times. May
2
5th.
weeks.
Cinco de Mayo. No tacos for me that day.
Mm.
Unfortunate.
Do you have to go on a
not-
fast during that?
I can't eat anything before, and then afterwards I don't know. So
I'm guessing it's got to be like a colonoscopy where you're peeing out of your butt for like a week straight.
Yeah,
Like,
they make you eat the
God.
fucking lemon jello.
You know from experience.
well, this is like the super like minimally invasive like robot type stuff. So they say they're gonna make 2 incisions and fix all 3 hernias.
How
Robot,
Yeah,
does
you'll
that
probably
work?
only have like 2 small
for thought.
holes into your stomach.
Yeah.
robots.
How do you fix 3 like outbursts with 2 cuts?
Robots, man.
It's 2 small holes incisions that they make. They stick
Oh, and then
the
they go do 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 do.
They're
Yeah.
gonna use one of the incisions and reach in and pull part of it back so it stops. It's like not coming out anymore.
They're gonna take a little hernias, like pop them back in, give me the mesh corset, and it's gonna be all good.
Can we talk about robots, by the way? Where are the Boston Dynamic robot dogs gonna come like do this surgery for you? What the hell?
Oh, you see the one that responded to it worked for the fire department of New York, and it got on the job,
that's
and
cool.
they sent it in to go look for those people, and when that parking garage fell, and it made it like 2 feet inside the rubble and fell over, and it couldn't get back up.
oh,
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
that's what they get for painting it up like a Dalmatian. Like, come on.
Yeah, they did paint it up like they painted it white with black spots, like a
Did they?
Dalmatian.
Maybe that's what
Yeah.
they did. They covered up the sensors so it just fell over.
That'd be hilarious.
I did see a thing on Twitter going around now that the police have them in New York. I saw a guide of like how to shut one off. You like
Yep.
reach under its belly and pop the battery out with like, you just grab the handle and go for it.
Or be careful of those legs though; it'll snap your
Yeah,
arm in half.
yeah. Don't get your fingers fucking popped off in the.
Yeah, and
joint.
instead of mace, you could just use like spray paint, just cover up the sensors, just know what to look for.
Or just walk to the side of it and just kick it into the nearest pond or fountain.
They got training against getting kicked. I've seen the videos.
Just have a pile of EMP grenades just stashed somewhere.
As you do. I know where to get those in GTA. You got to find the guy in the van. Okay, we got to do some Drip or Drown real quick. I have actually a few things to talk about before we get through Drip or Drown. First of all, Pitbull's coming out with a Track House album.
Yeah.
His next album, I don't know how many songs are going to be on it, but presumably a lot in this day and age. It's called Track House, and it has the Track House cars on it. And they got the Track House designer to design it. Kyle
Nice.
Sykes.
Hell yeah.
Wisconsin's very own. Shout out. This is a really cool opportunity. And I saw a bunch of comments, which I completely agree with, talking about how Trackhouse just does a better job of promoting NASCAR than actual NASCAR does.
Yeah.
So shout out to
I hate
Pitbull,
to
shout out to
say it.
Trackhouse.
It's all Chase Elliott.
I'm gonna be
It's
slightly,
always been Chase Elliott.
I'm gonna be slightly disappointed if Ross and Chastain and Daniel Suarez don't have at least a couple bars on this album.
They better have their own diss
I
track.
thought it was like announced that Daniel Suarez does have like an appearance on here.
Oh really?
Oh, that'd be
Is it going to be like a
That-
terrible NASCAR
That
country
person had a blue
music
check mark,
album?
but then again, any swinging dick with $8 can get a blue check
Oh,
mark.
we'll
so-
talk about that in a bit. There'll be a bit about that. All right, a couple other preliminary Drip or Drowns. Cody sent me this from Bowman Gray. It's a modified, sponsored by Q104.1, the radio station, and that's the number.
Yeah, I figured
That's
those
nice.
relevant.
It's just,
We were
it's
talking
just the
about that
logo
last
on the side of the
episode.
car.
Yeah, we all
Shout out to
popped. I
Kevin
don't think
says yes.com, whatever that is.
weird
guess,
thing that
yeah.
nobody's ever run a radio station as the door number before. I've seen the Timberwolves mascot do it, but I've never seen a race car do it.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Well, I
was
mean,
a
what do you
street
enter
stock
this
at
as?
Greenville Pickens that ran a 101 number because that's the Rock's radio station over here. WROQ Rock 101.
This might be the first car number I've ever seen that has a decimal point in it.
I say quadruple too. Like
Yeah.
four.
Yeah.
Like 5 characters.
Although, Cody, didn't you send me a car that was the quadruple 7 last week?
Oh, I don't think I screenshotted it. Shoot.
How do you,
Yeah,
how
I
do you
just
get that
remember
to show up
seeing
on the
that.
scoreboard, though?
Don't know. I guess you have to watch some
You
Bowman
don't.
Gray stuff. I got another picture from Bowman Gray.
Shouts out to that
Um,
Bowman Gray 200 lap race, though. It took 3 hours to do 200 laps around a quarter-mile track.
I got another
'Cause they
picture from
didn't count
Bowman Gray.
caution laps.
Eric Messer, core photographer, sent this one in. You
Yeah,
may
we saw that one.
recognize. We even brought this up in the show. I don't even think this was tweeted out.
Camo bullet.
I think it was the number 10 or 11 they turned it into. with
It was
the
the number
duct tape.
11.
Okay.
Did they
Yeah.
they put numbers on this car eventually? What
Yeah,
we're talking
it was,
about
it was
is
orange duct tape.
Yeah, it was orange
this is
tape.
it's Travis's car. This
Yep,
is
it's Travis's
Moonhead's
old
late
car.
model from Hickory, which they sold. And I think it changed hands a few times, and it ended up popping up at Bowman Gray Stadium. And Eric Messer, who's the photographer for the track, was like, "Hold on, I recognize that."
That is
And
pretty
Travis is
cool
like,
that
"Yeah,
Travis
that's my
is car
car."
up there. Yeah.
Apparently it ran like Dookie though, so unfortunate.
Out to Bowman Gray Stadium, they did a repave, and they have these cool, cute little drainage things and little turtles down there.
Oh, they do have like little rumble strips along the bottom.
Dude, it looks so much better than it used to.
Yes,
How did
They
it
look
go?
like-
Gray looks legit.
How did
They
the
look like
oil
Mexican
pan in that
speed
car hold
bumps.
up?
And the stands were full. Like, it's sold out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Watch it
I
on
think
Flow
I think
Racing,
there
it
were
was
more
banger.
people there than there were at that Cleveland Guardians game that we were watching.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Flow Racing for more great motorsports content.
My dad just sent me a text. He said you may want to turn the game on.
Uh-oh.
Are the
Uh-oh.
Leafs coming
Oh.
back?
Are they
Are they
coming
back?
back?
I might have to pull this up. Hold on.
They were down 4-1 when we last
Holy crap.
watched.
Well, they only scored one. Come on.
Oh.
Why is he
all
teasing
right.
us? Why is he teasing us?
Yeah,
That's just a permanently optimistic Leafs fan. Like, oh, we are so bad.
actual Drip or Drown. Kyle Busch, who apparently won this race in a McLaren number 8. Not the McLaren you're thinking of though. It's McLaren Custom Grills. and it's got smoke all over the car, and it's kind of sick.
It is drip.
And it's got
Apparently,
a big old
after the
barbecue
win-
on the side.
After the win, the McLaren website crashed because so many people went to it.
It was down for like a day.
It's like a big green egg, except if it was red.
I'd also
and
like to point out the design trend
price.
is the nose of the car. They're using like this teeny little like racing stripe style area to put product or something on it. Like Wendy's
which
did
is
it.
great.
There's a
It's
couple
awesome.
other cars that did it. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
That's
Yeah,
how
they
Wendy's
got-
car, or did we do that last week?
We did. Barbecue on the front, barbecue on the side, huge logo, a little bit of smoke everywhere to tie it all in. Great car. That's a drip. This might be Kyle Busch's best 8 car.
I'm thoroughly impressed that he's come in and done significantly better in his first 10 races in RCR than he's done like the last couple of years at Joe Gibbs.
He's got one more win than Joe Gibbs has this season.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, I didn't see that coming. I thought he was gonna come in and struggle. I thought
Nah.
RCR was
Yeah, especially with RCR.
not struggling,
they-
but
dude,
like still like a mid.
But that 8
pack
car was
team.
starting to win races. Like
Yeah,
it was
they
getting
should've-
good right before he got in the car.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah,
next up,
Riddick really did a lot for that team to turn them around.
Oh, thank you. So
Chase
we're talking
Briscoe
about
ran a
this.
special Mahindra car that had
What?
Tony on the side.
What did they do to my
That's Tony?
boy? What did
In
they
a
do
house
to my
coat.
boy?
It looks like Tony's in front of a garbage pile.
It does.
So they call him the old goat, and he's got a teacup, and there's a pile of like mail behind him. Rusty, do you know the story behind this? Because I certainly don't.
Yeah, they have an
homeless.
Yeah, they have an advertising campaign where Tony's in like a big I don't even know what you call this excavator thing with a bunch of fan mail in it, and it's apparently weight loss tips. Anyways, I don't understand the design in general, how they tie in the old goat. They got merch for it, they got everything. I think they're just trying to get some fan engagement, get people excited about Tony being a part of the 14. But
I mean, that
don't
is
know.
kind of cool. I like that. Tony's still
weird
being
picture
connected to
to
the
choose.
14 car. I mean, no, he owns it and all, but specifically him and the 14 car. It's kind of cool. I like, especially this thing running around on track. That looks kind of Tony Stewart like, doesn't it?
Yep, yeah.
Bright red
Office Depot
14 car.
vibes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought of.
I
I
just
gotta
wish it
think
looked like
it's a
Tony.
little weird though. Like you're Chase Briscoe, like you're the driver, but no, we're gonna plaster this old retired driver all on your
Yeah,
car.
but he owns the car and he put Briscoe in it and he's a legend.
Wait, so you're
and,
gonna
you
put
know-
a picture of Jimmy Johnson on the no
That's a good
Gregson
point.
car?
That's a good
Yeah, yeah, I'll do it again.
No, no, no,
I
no.
mean, that would be better than putting Jimmy Johnson in his own car just so we can run dead
No,
ass.
put it
laps
all over
again.
Bowman's car. Let's just have
Yeah.
a Bowman's paint scheme from now on. Just Jimmy Johnson's face on the side.
Anyway, not sure if it's a drip, just something interesting.
Can we point out how Ross Chastain and Kyle Busch's cars were like identical from far away? Like that was like a spotter's nightmare.
Oh yeah, because he had the red and black moose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the moose.
Also, Bubba ran his fish car, which I'm sure everyone saw because he wrecked at the lead at the end in typical Bubba fashion. These Columbia fish cars have always been weird, but with the new horrible numbers that 23XI has been running, it's just worse. So,
Yeah,
I
they
know.
don't look good on the broadcast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
look, we were talking about the cry on the front bumper. So there's for the
Wait.
Camry logo.
That's Carrie.
It's a carry.
But the
Yeah,
A
our-
rubbed
but
off.
the
it's-
M
it
fell
said
off.
cry at one point. We thought they had fucked with the logo.
If Steve Lovender documented it in a thread, it started.
Oh, okay.
He got a screen grab every time a letter fell off, and then it was
Are you
the A,
telling
so it
me-
said cry at one point. Then it said
Are you
CR.
telling me that the 23XI wrap installers did a bad job?
It was funny.
Seems
Oh,
that way.
no.
We were talking about that at while the race was going on, because I first noticed it when it said cry, and I thought I was like, did they do that on purpose? Is that like something that Bubba did on
Like
purpose?
the
Where he could do
Underberg?
like the shh thing, like to like basically as like a shut up to the haters, like if he were to win the race. But then we went back and saw, or even before we went back and saw, I was like, what are the odds that this just wasn't another 2311 wrap job? And lo and behold,
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, speaking
Uh,
of the wrap design, right below the 2, you can see the wraps coming off.
Oh,
No, that's the Camry shape. They have a little
oh,
bump in there.
okay.
Like it's coming up to me.
what is
No,
what,
there's a bump in the side skirt there.
Yeah.
what does PFG stand for?
Performance fishing gear, according to
Oh,
the hood.
okay.
Come on, Cody.
Protect what you love by fishing. Okay. Xfinity series, real quick. I watched the entire race. I did not notice that they ran purple splitters and spoilers in the Dash for Cash guys. Kind of cute, kind of weird. Not the playoffs.
Reminds me of the
Winston.
Noble 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I guess, is kind of the idea is based on. Oh, I forgot to bring up another example of this, but they actually improved the Brandon Jones car this week. They changed.
Improvement.
Well, easy to.
Well, it depends on the logo on the
prove
hood.
Nothing. I guess
I
they.
don't know what that is.
I might be
Yeah,
stupid.
Nobody does.
I thought they changed this, but they actually didn't. All right, never mind. This is actually a drown. It's the Turtle Wax logo,
sure.
but it doesn't say it on it. So
Oh, it is turtle wax. Okay, yeah, I see a little top hat.
DT. It is
What?
4-3 in the Maple Leafs game. They are down
Time's
1
left.
with
What?
4 minutes left.
Oh my god.
He might have to leave the
Yeah,
podcast.
don't give
We
him
might have
hope.
to edit
please.
the podcast.
no, I'm not editing shit. Entertain the people. I'm just gonna
Have
pull
a
it up on my
live
other tab right
stream,
here.
a live
Nah, you gotta
watch
leave us.
reaction.
You gotta go watch.
Those
Yeah, hold
watching
up.
in the future will know the outcome.
Pull it up on the second monitor.
Yeah, so
that's what I'm doing.
people watching the podcast, this is now the hockey segment.
The Leafs have been fucking it, and they've been leafing it, as in they win game 3, and they're gonna lose game 4. They're down by 3 goals when we started recording, and now they're only down by 1. Which is kind of cute, so I'm gonna pull it up. And I'm just
If they
gonna
score
hide
a
it
goal, make sure
on
you
this other
pop.
monitor. Alright. I'm gonna put it on this. Okay. Alright. I'll continue Dripper John while we do that though. Also, I think these are both. Oh my god, it's 4-4.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
They just tied it. Holy shit!
Bring it up. We gotta watch this now.
We
Bring it
gotta
up.
shut the podcast.
Yeah, shut it down.
Do
shut
we
it
edit the
down,
show?
come
Can we
back.
put it in one of the stream boxes?
Yeah, can we put it in one of the boxes?
Are you
I'll
sure,
get
Cody?
fucked.
That'll
Yeah.
get you taken down, but we can certainly react.
No, blur it in post.
I'm not
Hey,
editing
use the
anything.
YouTube
Blur in
blur.
post.
I think I can actually play audio without the people hearing it though.
Mm.
Great. But you guys can't see it because I'm already streaming this. What if we pause the podcast until this game ends?
Yeah. We'll come back.
But it also might go to like quadruple overtime.
Oh yeah, it might last fucking
Let's
60,
just keep it going.
60 minutes.
We'll keep
Alright.
Let's
the
just
podcast-
go and
just have it on in the background, and then
Yeah.
if they win, you can fucking pop off.
All right, drip or drown. I like this 19 car's a drip. I talked about this when they first announced it, but it just looks sick on track with the angled hood logo
That is. I
and
like that.
the spike on the side. I don't know. It looks great.
It's simple. It's clean.
Yeah, it's like iconic, like the old Rockwell automation car. I love
Reminds
that
me
thing.
of Harrison Burton's Dex car.
Oh, those are
Yeah.
bad. Dude.
But like cleaner. Like there's less going on, but everything is great. I'm a fan.
That's Kyle Williams, right?
Yes.
Big
I
Kyle
don't-
Williams.
I don't know if the John Hunter Nema truck car is Kyle Williams, but I also really like this.
Nemixfinity.
I
Nema
didn't
truck.
think I would, but it's just a big blue blob on the front and a big red blob on the side, but it kind of looks cute. Oh yeah. Okay. I know there's been a lot of dripper drown here, but the Ryan Ellis car, I looked at the renders and I was like, I don't know. It kind of looks like a bad hot sauce car, but then on track,
On track. Yeah, I was gonna say on track.
dude, this
It's not
photo is
hot
also
sauce.
sick. But man, I know, but I mean, it looks like the Louisiana hot sauce cars because they're red, yellow, and black. But this is Cane's. Anyways,
That's a
car looks
little
sick. You
Jeff
got a
Gordon
career
with Cane's
best
on the side.
finish. And even I think the CEO of Cane's was tweeting about it, so that's really cool.
I've never had Canes before, and I need to. That looks good every time I see.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Canes is all right. Zaxby's is
I've
better.
heard things that aren't good.
I haven't had either, so I need to try both next. time.
Zaxby's better. I will die on that hill.
All right, I'm coming.
Not a fan
I'm
of
coming in
Cane's.
May.
Okay, real quick.
Go cook up.
Dexter Stacy, who is a Pinty's back marker. I mean this with nothing but love, but he's a Pinty's back marker. Like he's like that. That's not a high level of of racing, and he's near the bottom of it. Shout out to Dexter Stacy. Cool to see a Canadian get a ride in
Talladega with that pedigree.
Yeah, well, yeah. In the MBM number 66 with recap recovery drink. He made the race. Teammate non-Canadian Jason White in the B-Dubs number 13, which is just a franchise of Buffalo Wild Wings, not the whole ass corporate restaurant. American Jason White did not make the race. So they
Buffalo Wild Wings once and they ran out of wings.
Well, MBM had, they're trying to show off the big sponsor, even though it's a franchise. And then their little car made the race. So they just take the hood from one car and you put it on the other car. So Dexter Stacy ran the 66 with a Buffalo Wild Wings hood, lost it, bounced off the wall, and sent Blaine Perkins into one of the greatest flips of all time. So shout out to Dexter Stacy.
Isn't that what they did with Ross Chastain when he missed the race with Colleague in Daytona, and they had to like scramble at the last minute, and they took like Jeff Green's ride, and they like literally took the wrap off and threw it on Jeff Green's car.
And then as part of the deal, Colleague then ran that sponsor that they took off of Jeff Green's car in one of their races, and AJ drove the car and fucking won.
Check out Dripper Drip DT.
Pretty sick. We got late submissions. Damn.
It's the I found an updated photo of the Moonhead late model and how it ended.
Oh no, no!
It was the number 10, by the way.
Trouble. Okay, let me find. I'm lost in the sauce now that I got the Leafs game up.
See, if this is a Wolves game, I'd be out of here, like, or screaming the whole time, like.
Oh, it's dead.
Yeah, you're asking how that oil pan is working, but
it's fucked.
Smoking.
How did the oil pan hold up?
That's the real question.
Oh, it's not looking good.
That's a busted radiator or not?
Yeah, that thing is
busted front suspension.
That's those duct tape
number
numbers
10.
on it.
Yeah, it wasn't 11.
Yeah.
It looks like the rear suspension's like pushed in.
That whole car, dude.
That's a tough. Damn. Has Travis responded to this?
No, yes, he quote tweeted it. That's how I saw it.
Oh, he just said I'm down. Okay. Okay. One last thing for Dripper Drown. Joe Gibbs Racing has revealed Christopher Bell's Mac Tools paint scheme in this tweet.
I'm surprised they haven't deleted the tweet.
It is a blank white square with an off-center render of a terrible looking car. Hashtag NASCAR, hashtag new look, hashtag Mac Tools.
Imagine spending thousands and thousands of dollars to get your sponsor on the car, and it looks like this.
And then they reveal it like this. Like some social media intern definitely got a PNG of a render in an email and was like, oh, that's cool. I'll tweet that from my iPhone. And then it ended up like this.
Yikes.
Hey, shout out to the B team. I mean, I respect the B team.
I mean, yeah, this is one of the biggest teams in the sport, and this is
you're right.
Social media.
You're right.
You can't be doing that. We got 22 seconds left in the game, unless we go to overtime, and it's tied. Shots are tied now, so the Leafs have actually come back and.
We're so unbelievably back.
So what happens if we win this?
We're going to Memphis.
If we win this,
I'm picking you up.
If we win this, we're going to Boston to get clapped there. But this would put us up 3-1, which we've only squandered once recently, I think.
Slap mentioned earlier he went to a Buffalo Wild Wings and they ran out of wings. Can we mention how both Rusty and I apparently recently went to an Arby's and they ran out of roast beef?
Post-pandemic, too. Like, recently, they just ran out of roast beef. Yeah, just...
How do you do that? That's tough. All right, next segment of the show is I try to keep this on the rails while also watching a hockey game. What's Twitter doing? Being weird again.
Rusty, you want to talk about that karaoke challenge?
I think we saved that for the end for crazy ass videos.
I don't think we can show that.
I don't think we can show that.
Right, we'll cross that bridge when we
activities.
get there. That's the end of the game. No, I mean that's the end of the regulation. All right.
Pop my.
Twitter's
stream.
being weird. Pop my what?
Oh, never mind. I forgot you had other things to mention first.
Yeah.
I thought
They
we
took everyone's check marks away, including like massive celebrities. Nobody paid for Blue. It didn't work.
And so we started paying for celebrities on.
Yeah, then they just started giving them back. But it's still, when you click on the check marks, it still says like they're subscribed to Twitter Blue, and then actual celebrities are being like, "Oh, I'm not." Like, what is this?
Oh, did you guys get the notification that says, "Oh, you can subscribe to Elon Musk's tweets for like $5 or $12 a month for like exclusive content or whatever"?
Yeah, it was if someone who
and then
you follow
Elon Musk
subscribed
Elon
or
Musk
something.
fucking tweeted out that he's getting $125,000 per month off of that.
That's BS
It's
because
all crypto nerds.
got to fund SpaceX somehow.
because someone
Yeah, you
did
got to
the
rebuild
math,
that
and the
launch
net
pad
positive,
somehow.
the net positive of Twitter Blue accounts was like nothing.
No, he's talking about subscriptions.
No, we're talking about subscriptions. Like you can subscribe to like a verified account and get like exclusive tweets or whatever. And so you pay Elon Musk like $5 a month for that on top of your $8 blue check mark. Stop giving the billionaires your money. They will not be your friends. They will feed you to the wolves. They will shoot your grandma in the face for a dime. They are evil people. They're ontologically evil.
Humanity.
Yes.
Eat the bugs.
They'll get the Boston Dynamics robot dogs and come after you.
Yeah.
Listen, I blocked Elon Musk on Twitter and it was free. Now I get to see less, which is a win-win.
And Elon Musk also leaked a bunch of like Twitter information, and apparently, if you get too many people to block you, like the site just automatically shadow bans you. So if you don't like somebody, instead of like retweeting them saying this person's dumb, this person's like racist or whatever, just block. If enough people do it, it'll basically shut down that account, and you'll never have to. No one will ever have to listen to that person ever again. So that's what I've been doing. I've been like, people I don't like, people that post the stupidest fucking shit you've ever heard in your life. The fucking Nick Adams freaking sensitivity training. Yeah, blocked him. Best decision of my life. I never have to listen to that freaking dumbass ever again.
They put a thing on my screen. I have, like, they slapped this verified organizations thing on this side. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I got that too.
Like, Twitter Blue is bad enough, and it's like, hey, would you like to pay $1,000 per month? And then it just gives you a subscribe and pay button. Like, do you know the audience?
No, somebody fucking posted that they spent $1,000. That's not guaranteed. That's just to be considered. They don't have to give it to you. Yeah, that's just the application. So you can pay Elon Musk $1,000 and still not get your golden check mark.
Bruh.
No refunds.
No refunds. And then it's another $1,000 every month.
Impersonation defense. $1,000 per month. Plus tax. God damn. That's tough. Shout out to Twitter.
And they want to tell you the billionaires will, efficiently allocate resources and money where it needs to go. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, don't, like, nobody should be a billionaire. Like, that's not a thing that, like, should happen. Let alone get sympathy.
All right, quick life hack to become a billionaire. First, make $1 million, then do that for the next 1,000 years. You're in.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what's Twitter doing.
Just put that into perspective.
All right.
Or have your dad own an emerald mine in South Africa. Whatever works for you.
Yeah, and then just pretend you made stuff. All right, it's time for Slap's crazy ass moments in history. Slap, where the hell are we going this week?
All right, first off, I want to show off my drip. California Dreamin', North Hollywood, 1997.
He bought a shirt with the. That's the photo, isn't it? That's the one where we're like, wow, it's a sick photo.
So I was like looking like this guy on Twitter called Cruisy Chicky. He's got like a bunch of like military surplus stuff. So he had like this shirt, and I was like, I gotta fucking get that for the podcast. But we're not talking about North Hollywood in 1997 today. We're talking about another guy. It's pretty rare that somebody ever has to fight for two armies. Luckily for this guy was fighting on the same side, but two different armies across two different continents. He ended up fighting for both the United States Army and the Soviet Tanker Corps. Let's talk about Jumpin' Joe Barrel.
Jumpin' Joe.
It's time for Slap's crazy ass moments in history.
That little whomp at the end always gets me.
Yeah.
So Jumpin' Joe was born August 25th, 1923. He's born in Michigan, moved down to Toccoa, Georgia, and he wasn't that far away from Fort Benning, where the 101st Airborne is trained at and operates out of. And so he wanted to go into the Airborne, be part of the Screaming Eagles. And so he ends up enlisting as soon as the war breaks out, gets with them, undergoes training, did some secret covert stuff in France, delivering gold to the French resistance in early 1944.
Spicy.
But he was part of Operation Overlord, and if you ever watched Band of Brothers, you know the 101st Airborne. Those were the first guys in before people got on the boats on D-Day to land at Omaha Beach. They dropped the 101st Airborne behind the lines. The Army Air Force had been making false drops and false bombing runs for years. Basically trying to get the Germans to lull into this sort of routine of it's just another drill. This was no drill. They dropped about 100,000 dudes behind enemy lines, and they're just over there just wreaking havoc. He was on his C-47. He was, since he was a sergeant, he was one of the first guys out of the plane. His guys got thrown to the wind, though. This was a big problem during Operation Overlord. 101st Airborne got dropped all over the place. Some of these guys were isolated and alone. Since Jumpin' Joe was the first one out, he completely got lost, had just a map and a compass. And instead of going north, trying to link up with somebody, he wagers he's probably going to run into some Germans and not know what to do about it. So he says, if I am where I think I am, there should be a power station down south. So I'm going to go hit up this power station. His specialty was demolition, so he had TNT on him. Blows up this power station. Here come a squad of Germans. He mows down 7 of them, takes off. Eventually, he's captured by the Germans. We got his mugshot the Germans had, what I sent to you, DT, and he looks thoroughly pissed off here.
Yeah, I would be too. I mean, look at the difference.
There he is, nice, and he's like, God damn it. So he gets sent off to a prison camp in East Germany, and he attempts to escape 3 times. Well, 4th time was a charm. He ends up getting out and decides to head as far east as he can, gets all the way to Poland, runs into a Soviet tanker crew, which was headed by the only female Soviet tanker sergeant, Alexandra. What was her last name? Alexandra Simosenko. Probably butchering that, but yeah, he hooks up with them. He only knew 2 words in Russian. That was American and comrade. So he comes up waving his hands, American comrade, and they take him at gunpoint. You find out this guy's an American. He escaped from a prison camp, and they actually put him to work. Obviously, he's never been trained how to work with tanks and everything, but anytime they run across a building they need to get rid of, he's the demolition guy, goes in, plants the explosive, wires it up, blows up anything they need blown up. And eventually he gets injured in a dive bombing raid on in the Soviet tank column, and he gets put up in hospital. Eventually, the Soviet field marshal Field Marshal Zhukov comes to visit him because he can't believe this story of this American who escaped from a prison camp and actually went back when he was with the Soviets, liberated the same prison camp he had escaped from because he pointed him in the right direction. He's like, look, there's this prison camp where all these Allied troops over there. So yeah, he liberated that prison camp, and he ends up getting injured, I think, in January of 1945. So yeah, he had a very busy about 6-7 months, and he's laid up in hospital. The Soviets want to verify like who he is and make sure he's not, making stuff up. So they're not going to send him back immediately, but eventually they get papers from the U.S. They can verify who he is with his fingerprints and everything, and they send him back home. And it turned out the U.S. military had sent his death certificate to his family. They found his squad dead, and they assumed he was killed in combat. So his family and everything had a funeral service, the whole nine. He gets back home, meets his high school sweetheart. He's there. Everybody's like super glad he's still alive. They can't believe it. And they get married in the same church by the same priest who had presided over his funeral.
Damn.
Wow.
Over in Toccoa, Georgia. So yeah, that was
twist.
Yeah. So he lived until 2004. He died peacefully in his sleep. I think he's about would have been 81 years old or so. So yeah, Jumpin' Joe Barrel lived a life. I'm surprised nobody's made a fucking movie about this, because you could make an HBO series about this. It'd be so ridiculous. People would think it was, you were making shit up. But yeah,
I was gonna say this gotta be a movie, dude. That's crazy. Crazy as
the chin on that dude, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Look at that.
I bet he could take a right hook from Muhammad Ali and just shrug it off.
Oh, I forgot to pull up the other people. He sent me other pictures. Shit. Done a bad job because I've been looking at the hockey game.
Yeah, there's
Alexander Simisenko.
There's the dame he ran across who was in charge of all the tanks. There's Field Marshal Zhukov. That would have been the C-47 he flew in on.
Cool. If anything,
man did not have any quit in him.
Slap's crazy ass moments is just $1 million like biopic idea, one after another.
I don't know how they didn't send him to the gulag, man. Like random dude on come on.
Hey, the Soviets they appreciated his help.
That's actually kind of base that he just worked with them and then they just sent him back home.
It's like, all right, man, appreciate it.
Dude, no, yeah. It always ends in the gulag. How did he get out? Like, I don't understand this.
Well, after the war, like all the Soviets and everybody, like the people were like all buddy with the United States. We send them like all the spam they could ever eat, and we send them like all these guns and stuff. We had saved the motherland, dude.
Forget that y'all were friends. All right.
Buddies.
That was Slap's craziest moments in history. Does not hold a candle to last week's absolute saga, and I'm glad for that.
The trilogy.
Yeah. But now it's time for Animal Planet.
You can't see it, but everyone's bopping their head to it.
That's a banger.
That's the best one.
All right, Animal Planet this week. Cody, did you go anywhere? Or did you get rained again?
Mother Nature is the animal this week.
God damn.
I'm supposed to be doing the Lucas Oil late models, which is like the highest level of the dirt late model scene, but yeah, we got rained out.
God damn it.
Hopefully it'll be a 3-night swing with the Mars late models this upcoming weekend down in Illinois.
You're getting cucked out of your money by fucking rain. This is rude.
I mean, it's spring in the Midwest. I mean, it's not too surprising, sadly.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a stormy time of year.
Yeah.
Stinks. Let's do
We
something.
want to talk
Uh,
about that guy who ate shit in Hickory.
Oh yeah, I guess this is the segment for that. God damn.
Since we don't have any more Animal Planet videos.
Is that a crazy ass moment?
Can I show the footage of this?
As long
Yeah,
as we
he
do,
didn't
like,
die.
A short clip. We'll keep it with
I'm
like
worried
under
about
12 seconds.
Flo's gonna slap me for it. But
Nah.
yeah, in the it was the first Cars Tour Pro Late model race.
Yeah, it was the pro
At
late model, and
Hickory.
then the second one was the late model stock.
Someone got. With the
Yeah,
button.
yeah. Shout out to Blake
Hit the
McCandless
Buton.
on the button, or on the mic. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, dude, that guy ate shit. So, yeah, two of the late models come down the front stretch, get together,
God.
and one of them gets sent down to the inside wall. And apparently, past the end of the pit wall, there is just a jersey barrier that looks exactly like the pit wall, but isn't the pit wall and isn't attached to the ground.
Yeah, they just
So
have
as
this
soon as
jersey
a car
barrier just
hits
like
it-
extending it.
That thing is heavy and it is schmoving.
that dude
And this
is fine.
photographer gets launched, like head into the pavement, camera into the pavement. Tough.
Aside from a scrape on the forehead and maybe needing a couple dentist visits, that guy is otherwise fine. So
That's not
it's
cheap, but yeah, I mean he's not
as long
like
as he's got insurance, it'll be fine.
seriously injured, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, I was when I
Um,
saw that, I was worried the thing was like gonna tip over on top of him, like as long.
Yeah.
But no, he kind of flopped over the top. Like I was worried about a leg getting caught or something. All
Dude,
right.
that thing is.
Yeah, me and
heavy,
Cody were
too.
watching that live. I was like, oh
moving.
my God, there was a guy there.
Yep. Those were the
Damn.
leaders too.
Oh
They're
yeah, it's true.
battling.
Those
That was a
were
battle for
leaders.
the lead, yeah.
Yeah. How do I? Oh, there you go. Thanks.
Like 2 or 3 to go.
Oh, there we go.
I think they
Got
called
going
it there.
again.
If I remember
That was the
correctly.
white flag. No, I think they restarted.
Yeah, restarted, had 2 more red flags.
I've kind of a funny one for you guys.
All right.
Put the photo in general. I wanted to buy some food for the big fight on Saturday night between Garcia and Davis. And my local spot had like a 45 to an hour delay. And I'm like, I'll just drive 10 minutes to the grocery store and make my own wings. And I get to the wing section in the big freezer, and there's just a loose.
Tons of meat.
Well,
Oh,
just
no.
a loose wing.
No.
Just a loose wing.
It's a wing that made it out of a
no.
bag.
Just a loose wing. Like, I've never seen that. I was like, what?
Just one single wing.
Just a loose wing, yeah.
Wait a second, scroll up. Does it say like it's already cooked and everything, or is this a raw wing?
Ready to cook.
Right,
Yeah, these are
ready.
raw
Yeah.
wings.
Oh, that's a raw wing. That's
So I didn't pull
salmonella.
up. Yeah, I didn't pull up that bag. That's just how I arrived on the section. I was like, hold on, like,
You can tell someone else pulled up that bag, saw that, and then just walked away.
Yeah, it's like I don't think I'll have tender bird wings today.
so that made me pop. So that was my that's my animal planet. Just
Shout out
loose
to
wing.
OK Foods.
Loose wings.
It's called OK Foods.
It's just okay.
So what's the procedure here? Am I supposed to tell an employee like we got a loose wing? Like,
Probably.
do they pick it up with your hand? Like, I don't know. Like,
Nah, they
We'll
probably
find out
just-
about it eventually.
Rusty, you pick it up with your bare hands and you save it in your pocket for later.
Yeah, a little wing for the road.
Yeah,
a little
bonus
raw
wing.
Maybe
Free
it'll thaw
wing.
out by then.
You asked for a price check on it.
Yeah, you heat it up. You heat it up in the vents in your car. Snack on it
That'll
right
smell
before you get home.
great.
Mm.
It's a good Animal Planet. Thanks for popping out your phone and taking a picture of the wing.
Loose
That
wing.
was the star of the show. That's the name of the podcast, Loose Chicken Wing.
Yeah. Loose wings.
We're supposed to name the podcast at the end.
I'm already calling it. I'm calling it.
Loose wing.
dude, I've bought thousands of wings. I've never seen like loose. I don't know.
Never in my life.
Have you ever?
What next?
Sorry, this game's getting exciting. All right. What the hell happens after
Hold
this?
that up,
There's
fucking
no other
media
Animal
check
Planet
in.
action.
Ben,
Nobody
come on,
else-
you gotta got something for us. Come on.
I don't have any animalistic behavior.
You guys
Alright, media
will
check-in.
in about a month once you.
I
go
do
to
have
Anderson
I do
Speedway.
have media check-in.
Oh,
So
Ooh.
get ready to
yeah.
fall asleep. Get ready to fall asleep. Anyone watch Star Trek?
Oh,
No.
I'm pulling up the hockey.
Star Trek is back, baby. Picard season 3, it ended.
Okay.
If you're into Star Trek Next Generation, this was pretty much the Next Generation movie, like 25 years, everyone's old. They're back, baby. Don't watch season 1, don't watch season 2. They're both fucking AIDS. You want to watch season 3. Season 3 is a banger. They put a whole new person in, a new whole executive that's watched Star Trek, knows what they're doing. It's a banger. I recommend, if you're into Next Generation, it's a must watch. Get that free week of Paramount Plus, watch it, cancel your subscription after it. It's worth it.
All right.
And this episode of the podcast is sponsored by Paramount Plus.
Yeah, make sure you unsubscribe.
Are we still doing media check-in?
Oh, got tripped right in front of the net with the puck on
We're
its stick.
doing real hockey hours is what we're doing.
Oh,
I
we
say
got a
we
power
watch
play.
the
That's
rest of
what
this
we
game,
got.
and then we end the podcast once the game.
Yeah, we got to
ends.
watch this game live. Come on, DT, put it.
Come
Put
on.
it up.
It's going to be in
Well,
like triple overtime.
Yeah, this could take forever. That's the best thing
Also-
about hockey.
Let's live react and finish the show like
I
together.
got hernias, dude. I don't have to go to work.
Yeah, exactly. We can just stay up. And
I
watch the
do.
Nah, Colin's sick.
Okay, but okay.
I got evidence.
Nah, nah.
Can we at least like? Well, okay. Do we have any other media check-in to do? We get this out of the way, and then we can like play the fan mail
No.
song, and
Five
then
apparently has something.
Well,
what do
I
you have,
mean,
Slap?
I'd rather watch hockey.
I've put another.
That's the media check-in.
I've put another about 200 hours into GTA in the last week.
Oh yeah, you would.
That's Animal Planet.
Oh,
There's
There we go.
168
The people can't
hours a
see
week,
or
by
hear the
way.
hockey game.
Good.
all
All
right.
right.
All right.
This
Hey,
might
I
get
will say
edited.
this:
Don't need
I've
the
been
screen
playing a
at this
shit
point
ton of
anyways.
Team Fortress 2.
Oh,
Still the greatest first-person shooter ever made.
Yeah, slaps up at like 7 a.m. ripping it. I see it on Steam. Like,
hernia slap is just more time for TF2.
Didn't they push out updates for it, or was it just
that was
small?
No,
things?
they
Yeah.
updated their blog, but they haven't like put any updates since
Come on.
God,
Come on.
4 years ago now.
Oh,
Okay.
What are you doing, little?
I get this shit off the screen. Sometimes it doesn't fuck off.
All right, let's go.
Just
Let's go
shoot
through
it.
the.
Yeah, speaking of hockey, we were gonna have an all-time night of slapdick last night.
Oh, god
But
damn
the-
it!
but the
So
servers
yeah,
were
yeah,
down.
we literally had eight dudes on slapdick, on slapshot rebound. Great game, by the way, for the first time
I'm
in
about to
a
say, you
long
gotta say the real
time.
name. People don't know what we're talking about.
We call it slapdick. We have literally
Slapdick, is that a game
forever.
of like soggy cracker?
Slapshot Rebound, it's like a free Steam game. And it's like a goofy little hockey, you run around with little dudes and you smack a little puck around. And we had 8 dudes on it, having the best time, and the servers died, and we just couldn't play the game.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's like first generation Among Us. Like sometimes you
We
just could
had-
not get a game set up.
We had 9 dudes, because Cozy just got there too, so we just had 9 limp shrimps not playing the game that we were all like ready to play, and we had... Oh my god!
They win. Down 4-1
2 in overtime in a row!
Oh my
Oh,
god!
look at them!
A live
We
team!
are so back. We are so back. We've never been
Holy
more
shit.
back than we are right now.
Holy shit!
Oh
The
my
Leafs go up
god!
3-1 in the series.
So
Oh
if you're
my
watching the podcast and
God.
you don't know what's going on, Toronto just scored in overtime 5-4 over Tampa Bay, and they just won
To
Unbelievable.
go up 3-1 in the series.
3-1.
Dude, and we
Leafs are
got
going all the way
outplayed in the previous game. We got so
Leafs are winning the
outplayed.
cup.
Leafs are going all the way on
Stole it in
one win.
overtime.
Yeah, we're picking.
I don't
them
know.
up.
They still have times the Maple Leafs it.
We're going to Memphis.
Holy shit! Boys, this is gonna be
3-1
our year.
choke incoming.
Yeah.
Dude, it was 4-1, wasn't it? I'm
It
not
was
going
4-1.
crazy.
Yeah.
It was 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah, we
Dude, shout
stopped
out to your
watching.
dad to let you know.
Alex
like, hey,
Kerfoot.
you
knew. He knew.
He felt it. Holy
Shout-
shit!
Shout out to like the 3 Leafs fans in the crowd in that one shot. Since this is well, this is a Lightning home
Away
game. Yeah.
Oh, what a
Oh, just
Oh,
the
what a
tip.
deflection.
The deflect. Oh my god.
And that was
God,
definitely
that's
below the shoulder,
tasty.
so that's not gonna get reviewed.
Well, it's below the crossbar, but yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Or yeah, whatever it is.
Oh, let's fucking go. All right, I'm happy. All right, let's finish off this show.
Dude, 4-1 comeback. That's sick.
We're alive. I can't believe it. That's 2 in a row we've just stolen. Hell yeah. All right, get fucked, Tampa fans.
Oh, that new short track game came out. Or
Oh yeah, Brian. Okay, so Brian Blackford's been working on like a dinky little short track game. It's kind of Circuit Superstars like, but it's still a chase cam, and you run on cute little ovals. We tried playing it at Hickory, and it plays good. But the master volume slider, first of all, doesn't work, so it's really loud. And also the online is just janky. So,
yeah, so
it's
if you're
also an alpha mode. Like,
it's well, he calls it an
beta.
open beta, but it really is.
It's really alpha.
Yeah, it's not far along. Promising. It will be fun
there's no
someday.
Ping delay in online, so when I'm driving, I'm hosting. Me and DT are racing. He can be back here, but he's really next to me, even though on my screen I'm like 2 car lengths ahead of him. So if I just dive it under him and then go up the track when I'm this far in front of him, I just see him knock over and go into the wall.
On my screen, we're side by side. On Ben's screen, he's like 5 car lengths in front of me, so he just turns right. And on his screen, he's fine, but on my screen, he just kills me. Anyway, something to look forward to in a few years.
Yeah, a couple of updates. I think it could be a fun game.
It is cool that he was, he just had a bunch of free time and he was like, okay, I'm gonna make an oval racing game.
Yeah.
Rusty, have you watched any more Atlanta yet?
Just 4 episodes in. I want to like rip at least season 1 or 2 before I talk about it.
Okay.
But episode
you're in
1
for some good ones.
All I gotta say is if episode 1 of a show is a banger, you're in for a treat, and it was a banger.
So I've been rewatching the show because I was just thinking about it, which is why I was recommending it to you so profusely a week ago or whatever. And I've already finished season 1 and I'm working on season 2 again. Fucking great show. And I'm doing that thing where I'm going on YouTube and watching like video essays about how brilliant it is and just being like, wow, incredible. But that's all I've got for you in the media check-in. I don't think I've been playing any new games. I've just been kind of cycling around, back on City Skylines again. What a great game. I'm like excited to end this show so I can play that some more. And with that,
he's been playing it the whole time.
Yeah, playing City Skylines, watching the Leafs win, and doing the podcast at the same time. But it's time.
Send in your fucking mail. Wash your fucking hands. Slap. Send in your fucking mail. Send them in,
guys.
Wash your fucking hands. Slap. I
don't give a fuck, man. You better send in those emails at this point.
Welcome to fan mail. Fan mail.
Welcome to Ben World. Ben World.
One of these days, we got to do a Shrimp Hours live performance where we get a band and play the fan mail song.
I'm just going to sing all of them live.
Indie.
Oh, I do want to say,
someone can learn drums, Ben on vocals.
This is episode 41 of this show. I want 42 to be the last one on this YouTube channel.
It's the last one ever.
I mean, this is the last one ever. But if we would plan ahead, I would say 42 would be the last one on this particular YouTube channel. Just to put it out there so I have some reason to actually grind and finish off the master plan, because it's been like 90% of the way for about 3 months now. Anyway, if you want to send us some emails, questions, concerns, comments, send it to shrimphourspresents@gmail.com. We'll read it on the show, unless it's stupid. All right, first one comes in. This came in on Tuesday of last week, so a day after we record the show, from Harley Payne, titled "Oh shit, I hope I'm not late."
This one's gonna be stupid.
We record these Monday.
Yeah, send them in on Monday, guys.
Yeah,
like not Monday night, like time. Monday, like yeah,
afternoon at the latest.
And he says, "What's a word or phrase or just general pattern of speaking you've subconsciously picked up from online friends?" There is a long list of like shrimpisms.
Yeah,
there's so much shrimp lore.
when you're on Discord with the same group of idiots like every night, it just happens. These things happen. It goes around.
I'm going to bed.
Most of my
Yeah.
speech isn't natural at this point. It's just copying what my friends say.
Just isms. Dude, I mean, yeah.
These things
when you
happen.
hang out with the same people a lot. Like these things happen. I have
What about the
Oh
good
my
old classic?
lord, dude.
What about the good old classic?
There's a lot of like cozyisms that I just love. He's so fucking funny. Like the "we'll be seeing you."
Yep.
And
Dude, so many.
Or the porch mode.
Yeah, or the "how we doings."
How we
all of
doing?
it.
Yeah. Dude, I say how we doing all the time now. Like at work, in work situations, I'll just show up to
Yeah.
my work, my job, be like, how we doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
how we doing?
when I was like delivering to a customer one time, it was like a guy had a business I delivered to him like almost like every day. I just walked up to him, just came out of my mouth, "How we doing?" And I looked at him, and I was just like, I shouldn't have said that. And he was like, "Oh man, I'm doing great." And I was just like, "Okay, he's rolling with it. It's cool."
Vibe.
Damn it.
I in particular, I'm a big fan of like friend group lingo and isms, and like even in like middle school, I'd always come up with stupid phrases and just repeat them over and over again. And
at fucking UPS, we got like a group of dudes called the UPS Gang Gang. So we have all this stupid lingo for like UPS related stuff that we talk about. And
Yes,
we'll be like in the
like-
warehouse before like our shift starts and everything, like walking past each other. We're just like, gang gang.
no, it's like two of my closest friends I've known since like literally the first year of high school, which has been 10 years now, which makes me feel old.
You're old.
But like we could make probably like a 30-page dictionary on words that mean absolutely nothing to anybody else, but it just become speak
And use tongue.
All right, next email. Sanok writes in, I don't know why Microsoft
lore.
decided not to send my last email, but okay, well, using Microsoft.
Using Microsoft Outlook.
He says, you're in charge of running the All-Star race. Where do you put it and what weird rules do you put in? It can be as stupid and unrealistic as possible. P.S. Hockey killed Eddie. Sad face. Nah, hockey's great.
Put it on the moon.
We love hockey.
Yeah, NASCAR on the moon. Did we talk about that? Did we talk about how who was that? What company was that? Was that Lados? Where they're just like, hey, we're going to put NASCAR parts on, or we're going to race moon rovers and it's a NASCAR tie-in?
Oh, they
Am
were
I the only one who
sponsoring
read about
the Moon Rover. They're gonna put a sponsor on a car, but
It was just like a weird tie-in, and they put up a weird video that had just NASCAR footage and moon rover footage, and it didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm sure NASA's priority is to build an
it was
oval
just
track up
weird.
there and start racing rovers.
NASA doesn't
bizarre.
do anything. They've outsourced everything to Elon Musk,
SpaceX, yeah, sorry.
who blew up their biggest rocket.
Sent concrete everywhere. Tons
was
of concrete.
biggest firework ever.
Bounce off the firmament a couple times.
All right, the next email comes in from
We
Zoe
didn't even
Zoe.
answer that email.
Yeah, we did. We said on the moon. The next email comes in from Zoe 1012,
It's
who was the one
perfect.
that
It's
said,
always- It's perfect.
101 too.
Yeah.
this
Those
by the
guys
way,
perfect.
I don't know who this is, but this was the person who said their family member died in a hernia surgery, so shout out. And
yeah.
they say, what's up, shrimps? I was wondering, what's your opinion on heavy metal music? P.S. Do you guys remember Strong Bad? Sent from my Verizon Samsung Galaxy
Oh my
smartphone.
God, Strong Bad's emails. Jesus. It's talking about like things that have permanently damaged my lexicon.
I don't know what that is.
Homestar Runner fucked me up so bad in the early 2000s.
Metal's great.
If you ever listen to Homestar Runner Strong Bad emails, like, God, there's so many good things from that.
All right.
Look, if you
Metal.
want to listen to the extreme side of metal, the intro of the slaps crazy moments,
That's all you need.
Fantomas. Yeah, listen to Fantomas. It's out there.
Yeah, metal's like 7.
I got like a whole like section of heavy metal right here. If you want to let me get some of my favorites real quick.
This makes me feel young because I do not care for it.
Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Pantera, New Stuff, Animals as Leaders, Veil of Maya, After the Burial, Yeah. I like metal.
I listen to a lot of happy music and I listen to a lot of sad music. I don't listen to very much angry music. I know that's not the extent of metal. I know, but Slap's digging through the collection.
All right, what you got, Slap? I just got to put the headphones in.
Earbuds. What do we got?
Hey, y'all just waiting on me? Y'all didn't like carry on the conversation or anything?
We
I was
did
listening to my favorite band.
until you came back.
Cross-examination. These are like some stupid fucking kids back in like 2008 that made a fucking crossover thrash metal band, and they fucking rip, dude. They don't give a fuck. And then they made like 2 albums. They disbanded, and nobody ever heard from them again. That's the greatest shit ever. And everything's like weed related too.
Based.
My favorite song is Necroponics. It's about this guy who is a janitor working at like some military base, and he sees like they're growing weed off of dead bodies, and so he like grabs up all the bud he can. He just smokes a massive fucking fat blunt, and then he like turns into a zombie. And so then the band's like rolling down the street, and then they run over the janitor, and they're like, dude, he's got all this like weed growing off of him. Let's like fucking smoke this. Like, nah, dude, we need to fucking test this first. And then their friend turns into a zombie, and they kill him with nunchucks. It's fucking great.
Necroponics, you said?
Necroponics. There's Night of the Living Sled. Raid Your Fridge. Menace to Sobriety. Maximum Overchill. The Wimp Chipper. Great shit.
I certainly can. I certainly can't top what Slap just said, but I need to give a really quick shout out. All the bands I listed before, everyone knows of. Those are mainstream. A little mini local band that grew up in Milwaukee and existed for like 7 years that disbanded like 10 years ago. Sleep Therapist Sleep. I saw them like 5 times in person. They put out 3 albums. The last one, Pariah's Vow, was a banger. That's just all I can say. If anyone's a true metalhead, just go out there, give it an open mind. Just give it a listen. It's a banger.
Oh, out in Pensacola, Florida, they don't just have Five Flag Speedway. They have the greatest death metal band ever, Atheist. Dude, this fucking band invented progressive technical death metal with a little bit of jazz fusion in there. They'll just do like Latin drum arrangements in the middle of like fucking like just absolutely shredding, and they have like the greatest fucking guitar solo I've ever heard. They've got like 2 lead guitarists, this guy playing this fucking 12-string bass or whatever. It's fucking crazy. It's nutty. These guys just invented this out of like whole cloth, like 1989, put out 3 albums, disbanded in 1994. And then like everybody slept on them, and then after that, like everybody's doing progressive death metal after that. Like it's crazy.
I've noticed that there's a big crossover in people that like metal that also enjoy jazz. There's like something about the technical aspect of jazz that just hits with the metalheads. And Rush. Lots of metal.
Also, the latest Mr. Bungle album. It's a pretty banger.
Oh, Goodbye Sober Day is a fucking banger.
Can we get a metal segment on the show?
Yeah, just put all the old dudes in a corner. Y'all go ahead. If you want to send us questions about indie and alternative music, send it to shrimphourspresents@gmail.com, and I'll answer.
Sober Day.
Also, go listen to Judas Priest's Sad Wings of Destiny, the greatest metal album ever made.
All right.
Judas Priest Painkiller, one of the greatest songs ever.
Our good friend from Down Under, Andrew R, has written back, and he says, Arvo, all y'all. In episode 40, Keegan asked, what's the best rivalry in any sport you've ever seen? And he says, the most intense rivalry in any sport I've ever seen was Rangers versus Celtic at Ibrox Stadium. I think that's soccer. That match was the only game I've ever been to where we needed a police escort to get to and from the ground. And they cordoned off streets from the subway station to the grounds to make sure the 2 sets of fans literally didn't kill each other. It was also the site. Oh, we read about this. It was also the site of a 1971 stadium disaster when 66 people died in a crowd crush.
Jesus Christ.
Did we talk about that on this show? Am I going crazy?
Oh, we talked about 10-cent beer night.
I guess so. I guess we've not talked about it. I just remember reading about this. Yeah, it's like 70s soccer stadium crowd crush where a bunch
Dude,
of people
that happens a
forced
lot.
themselves into an exit and died.
Scary. Like at soccer games, people just in mass droves just flood into the stadium faster than people can contain them. They all get to the front, and the people behind, like in the back of the crowd, don't realize that the people in front are like wedged up against the fence. So they just keep on moving forward. And yeah, that happens so frequently. It's fucked up.
Rangers versus Celtic has religious and sectarian undertones, as well as allusions to the Troubles and Irish nationalism.
I was about to say, is that like a Northern Ireland thing?
Where does Celtic play? I know that the Rangers are Queen's Park.
My favorite rivalry is the Brazilian soccer national team and choking in the World Cup.
But apparently this has like, there's like deep rooted, like there's been a lot of issues between these two groups of people, and when those soccer teams come together, it's a big deal.
I briefly thought about putting the Troubles in on Slap's crazy ass moments in history, but that was like a 30-year fiasco. It's a lot.
I was gonna say,
man,
it's like a 10-parter.
I mean, football, basketball, baseball fans, they'll get in like drunken scuffles. Soccer fans, they will like riot and like burn down half the city.
Yeah,
it is.
Didn't the Troubles go on for like 30 years, from like the late 60s until like 1997?
Something like that.
Try to kill Margaret Thatcher like 3 different times. Which I gotta say, based.
Shout out to Ireland. All right, Mr. Ass writes in with the subject line "shopping cart doofuses." My grocery store is right next to a Goodwill, and there's always like 4 Goodwill carts in the grocery store corral. We don't have to take care of those, so I don't really care that much. My big thing is those stupid tiny ass carts for little kids, and the race car carts. They're always a pain in the ass to put away.
The race car carts are so cool, but they're a pain in the ass.
So
as a former cart pusher myself, I can attest those are a pain in the ass to retrieve back to the store.
But dude, the Lowe's one had little 48s when I was a kid, and it was my favorite. And the Home Depot ones had little 20s. Oh,
yeah, those are
that's actually cool.
And like,
I wish they had that when I was a kid, man. Because my dad used to go to Lowe's and do like home improvement all the time, and they didn't have any Mike Skinner stuff. I was pissed.
You don't get a lot of NASCAR stuff up here because we're not weird. Like it was really rare to see like NASCAR stuff in a store, and they had Jimmy Johnson shopping carts. That made me happy. All right, Shlomo sent in. This is our last email of the day. He says, "Yo, how we doing?" It's Shlomo. The day after I watched the episode when y'all were talking about nosebleeds, I woke up with a huge nosebleed. So thanks for that.
We put that in energy out there. We got it.
Damn it.
Anyways, for my question, which driver in any form of racing do you think is the most disrespected for no reason and deserves so much more credit? Mine would be Juan Pablo Montoya or Alex Albon. Also, follow up, who's your favorite train in Thomas the Tank Engine? Mine is Toby, easily.
Oh my God.
I'm a Spencer guy.
Thomas.
And breaking news, not washing your hands gives you a hernia, so wash your damn hands.
I mean, there might be correlation there. I mean, I'll be honest.
But yeah, who deserves more respect as a driver?
Montoya is good. I would say Marcus Ambrose as well. He was in a shit car for most of his career.
God, and if you didn't shut the engine off at Sonoma that one time.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that? 202 mile an hour lap around Michigan?
Yeah.
All winter.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
God, that's nuts.
He's a good broadcast dude too whenever he does that stuff.
I would say Reed Sorensen in honor of podcast number 41.
Really? You think Reed Sorensen was underrated?
I think he could have. What was it? 2009, 2010. He was driving for was it Braun or that number 32 in the Xfinity series?
That was Braun.
Yeah, he was like in like the thick of a championship hunt, had already won some races, and then they yoinked him out of that ride over some personal beef he had with the owner.
Damn.
And yeah, I mean he was third in points, but I mean he was within striking distance, and they still had like 12, 14 races to go or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And just
I learned
yoinked him out of the fucking car, and I'm just like, yeah, my buddy Nick up in New York, he was a huge Reed Sorensen fan.
I didn't realize those existed.
Yeah, but he had been watching Reed Sorensen since he was racing in like Legends cars around Charlotte, because he lived in Charlotte for a brief period of time. We'd go to like the summer shootout series and watch Reed Sorensen win all the time. So he was a big fan. And didn't he win pole at Indy? Because it was like a big thing for Ganassi. Like those Ganassi cars are always good at Indy and qualifying in the race too. But yeah, I think he's a lot better than what a lot of people give him credit for.
That sounds like a good slap video about Reed Sorensen getting pulled out of his car when he's going to win a
Liars,
championship.
Thieves, and Lawyers Part 4.
Credit.
No, I feel like that could even be its own video.
Yeah.
Did you not Reed as his middle name?
I heard from somebody.
No,
I heard
his
from
first name's
somebody,
Bradley.
but it was unconfirmed that he was fucking the owner's daughter, and he didn't like that.
Trouble.
Allegedly.
That's tough. All right, maybe you should make that video.
I do want to add one more driver. Kevin Conway, he had a really good rookie season. I just think he could have, if he kept that Extends sponsorship, he could have made it all the way.
He just extended the Extends.
Could have enhanced his career a little bit.
Yeah. That rookie season, man. Rookie of the year.
This is actually worse than I thought. There were 6 races to go in the 2011 championship.
Yeah.
And he got pulled out of Turner. And he got in the McDonald Motorsports number 82, which I've never heard of. Finished 26th, 32nd, 16th, 35th, and 25th in the last 5 races.
Damn.
Still finished 5th in the championship.
Wow.
So yeah, 5 races to go. They kicked his ass out of that car. That's tough.
Disrespecting Reed Sorensen. I can't think of any answers like on the mainstream level as far as like NASCAR, but the dirt folks might appreciate this answer. Bobby Pierce, for like the 3 years I've been in the dirt scene, like every time I show up to a track, that dude is just ripping it. But he's developed a bit of a reputation where he gets into scuffles with drivers. He has the opinion amongst the fan base that of say like Kyle Busch, like circa 2008, 2009, where he just shows up and the number 32 Bobby Pierce, boo, just constant boos, and he just gets up there and just rips the top and is one of the most talented drivers that I've seen in a dirt late model.
All right.
Bobby Pierce, shout out.
Shout out. Okay.
He raced Eldora in the trucks a few times.
He did, yeah. I didn't even realize it till like long afterwards. But yeah, he was one of like the dirt ringers that tried his hand at one of the truck rides at the Eldora race for a couple years or so.
I'm probably wrong about this. Didn't he like rub fenders with Norm Benning on that one in that heat race?
He probably rubbed fenders with someone. I can guarantee you that.
Well, he was gonna win the damn thing. He had a couple issues, but that was the one where he went into the inside wall and Kenny Wallace was like, "Push him! Come on, push him!"
Oh yeah, that was a '63 truck, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That red one, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was fan mail. It is now time for the rarely seen crazy ass videos segment. A treat to those of you who have, for some reason, made it this far into the show.
Excavator one
first. So let me make sure I can set these up to where y'all can see them.
By the way, I posted these like 4 weeks ago, and we've just forgotten to get to them like every.
Yeah, we've also had like 2-hour-long podcasts.
That's fair. I didn't fault you at all for the past podcasts with how long it was.
Yeah. Dude, so this one, like, I've seen this one. This is an excavator demolishing a bridge.
This looks like it's out of a movie.
Oh.
And it's like on the bridge with the jackhammer attachment, and the bridge falls.
Oh no!
But they have the excavator held on by a crane,
like a chain.
Was that by design or?
Yeah.
It's an OSHA violation
because they knew it was going to collapse. I'm sure it's that's.
I hope it's a robotic controlled as opposed to.
It looks like it is. There's no cab there.
I don't see any cage.
Yeah, I don't think it's a human.
Dude, they got commissioned for this and went the cheapest route. Like
the way it pops once it goes.
Oh, yeah, because the bridge like cantilevers up a little bit and like pops the excavator up.
Yeah, that must have been like a load bearing part right there, and they knew if they just hit that, the whole thing would go down.
God.
That's pretty.
I was about to say, if that's not robotic, you could not pay me enough to take that job.
Yeah, no way. All right, next video is
By the way,
titled "What's the expected
this-
tip for that?"
This last video will come full circle, and I'll explain why afterwards. It's fucking hilarious and completely irrelevant to the podcast, but also relevant to today's news.
Oh shit!
So
This
there's
guy's
like
delivering a
police chase
pizza,
going on.
and there's a
That's a high-speed chase.
Doesn't look high speed to me.
Listen,
Oh, it was.
But the
high speed.
DoorDash guy goes back out there.
Oh my god.
did you hear what I said?
Oh
Go
my
back.
God, yeah,
Go
you're
back.
God damn it!
Listen to what he said.
Oh my god.
Oh, he says you better not hit
better
my
not fucking
fucking
car,
dude. He's just trying to deliver a pizza.
All right,
This
so
is
dude
like-
gets out. He's running. Watch.
No.
Oh, he trips the dude.
He tripped the fucking dude.
Pizza's in hand. What a legend.
He gets up and trips the dude as he's evading the police, and he gets.
The only thing he's worried about is his car. He doesn't give a fuck about the law.
Dude, he
jukes
still
and then
holds on to those pizzas. That's
He
sick.
delivered some kick ass.
So funny thing about this pizza dude. Apparently, this guy got interviewed by Tucker Carlson, and that was the last ever Tucker Carlson bit ever before he got canned by Fox.
Oh my god.
The pizza
Him and-
trip guy.
Him and Don Lemon just randomly getting fired by the
24
respective
hours of
employers today.
lemons.
Okay, question. Am I allowed to play this last video that has been sent to me
I
about
haven't
a certain
seen it, but I'm gonna guess
karaoke situation?
Just based on the title and the thumbnail, I'm gonna guess not.
I'm just gonna show the
Oh,
thumbnail.
Yeah, that's
It says 29 million views on Twitter, and it
Oh
says
my
jerk off
Jesus.
karaoke is insane. And it's a dude singing karaoke while there's a woman with her hand down on his business.
talking
Down
dirty
under.
in his ear.
Her hand is down under.
And I'm assuming he's trying his best to sing while stuff's going on. I don't know. So look up for that if you want. Who sent that? Those are animals. Probably
Well,
Slash.
no. Oh, hold on.
One of you.
Hold on.
Hear me out, guys. Hear me out.
There's deeper lore to this that I don't know. Yeah, we probably shouldn't go any deeper.
Is there?
Rusty, explain.
All right.
No, this is about you, not me.
Hit the button.
Is that what he calls it?
What
Hey,
do
I
we
would
call
do it
it?
if it was a Japanese muscle mommy.
Loose wing.
Loose wing.
Loose wing?
Loose wings.
Loose wang.
And there was
Loose
only
wings
one
of
wing.
redemption.
It was not plural. It was only one wing.
And loose win. Shout out.
Oh yeah.
We're going all the way off one win. All right. Everyone say bye.
We are so back.
This was
Crazy.
questionable production on this show, I'll be honest.
Nah.
Hey, the
go
Leafs,
over
the
them
Leafs
good.
were doing good. They're driving good, man.
Hmm.
From down 4-1.